It's Lee from Positive Constructs and the Code 9 Project. I'm back. It's been a minute since I've seen you. First, happy belated New Year. Happy 2021 to all of you. I have been down with COVID for quite some time, but I'm back and I'm really grateful to be here with all of you. And I thought, what better time to share a Food for Thought Friday about disappointment. Disappointment is part of life. It is the emotional response we have when our expectations are not met. Those expectations can vary. They can be expectations about how a situation, a holiday is going to be and it didn't happen, a job, your health, family, friends, relationships, even a meal and what you thought it would taste like. Disappointment is part of our life. The problem we have is we never sit and ask ourselves what we want to do with disappointment to assist ourselves in getting through a challenge. We get distracted by disappointment, we get consumed by disappointment, we get anchored in disappointment, and it becomes the lens of which we're looking at our situation and can become a very big hindrance in the way of resentment and a lot of negative energy. And that, of course, is an obstacle when we're facing difficult circumstances. So what do? Well, you have to acknowledge that disappointment is there. It's present inside of yourself. But then the next step is to ask yourself, what do you want to do with your disappointment? What do you want to do with it? Do you want it to cloud your vision? Do you want it to continue to tint your emotional state and make getting through whatever the circumstance is more difficult? Or do you want to ask yourself, what do I want to do with this disappointment? I want to acknowledge it and move forward. I want to recognize that this thing called disappointment is a fact of life. It happens. And if I continue to focus on my expectation of what I wanted to happen instead of what is and what direction I want to go, I'm going to have a really crappy time. And I don't know about you, but if you got life changes happening or you're healing from COVID, it's already a crappy time. So the best advice I can give you is to ask yourself, what direction do you want to go? If you want to move forward, if you want to heal, if you want to get a job, if you want to have more harmony in your relationships, whatever it is, whatever expectation wasn't met that's landed you in disappointment, you need to ask yourself, what do you want to do? If you're going to allow your mind to keep going back to the expectation, to the story, to the picture of what it was you wanted, instead of staying focused on where you're at and where you want to go, it's not going to feel very good and you're not going to get very far. Is it a challenge to do that? Yeah, it's a big challenge. That's why support's important, like watching this video and reminding yourself, maybe you got to listen to it 50 times. Call your friends, ask them to encourage you, all right, to stay in the present and move forward. That's the key. On that note, it's so great to be back. Have a blessed day, and I will see you soon.